This video is brought to you by Longoni Cues.
Hi pool players, it's the Terminator. Welcome back to another episode of Terminator Tips. This is the fourth episode in my brand new series with 2 to 4 ball drills, and this one's called Being Centered. It's all about the ball in the middle of the table, and we're going to focus on shooting it in the corner pockets. I've got a ton of examples for you to build your game up, become stronger, faster. So let's jump onto my Pro Start table right now and show you how this works. So this is what it looks like. There's only 3 balls on the table, 1 ball on each side on the short rails, frozen to the rail. If that's too difficult for you, take them a hair off. And there's a ball in the middle of the table. For the people that are wondering why we're doing only corner pockets, I've set up just a couple of blockers as examples of a situation in a game where you cannot make the ball in the side pocket. The drill in this instance is that we're going to focus shooting this ball in the middle to the corner pockets. And I'll probably do a video in the near future where we're only going to use the side pockets. So that's going to be also interesting. Keep an eye out for that one as well. The way I want you to do this drill, again, you pocket the ball in order, but every time you have to come back to the other ball, first you have to make this anchor ball. So for example, you start from the line, you pocket this one, play position on the 2. Normally you would go from the 2 to the 3, but now you have to go from the 2, shoot that 1 again in the corners here, and then go to the 3. Then 2 more balls come back up, and again, you go from the 3 to the 1 and then to the next ball. So you always have to go through this ball first in the corner pockets to go from one end to the table to the other. That way you get way more practice with this ball, and that's exactly what I want you to get out of this drill. Again, to make your practice even stronger and more efficient, I've broken it down into the 12 most common shots that I want you to master, put in your arsenal, and use them in your competition. This is going to make you a stronger player. This is great for shot making, speed control, all that good stuff. So go to work on these individual shots before you do the dynamic version. Let's dive in. So right out of the gate, straight in shot. Pure speed control, roll forward, ideally between this square here, because again from the 2 we have to shoot another shot on that 1, so we don't want to be too high where we have to go all around the table. We want to try and stay close to those balls on the short rail. Just a high ball, nice speed training here, like that. Close, but that's exactly the correct angle. Same shot, now we do it with draw. So about 6 o'clock on the cue ball, pure speed control, great for your stroke training. See, that's actually a bit high. Let's put a ball there, that's going to be that anchor ball. Now in this case I would have to roll this in probably, just to give you an example. Like that, and then we have to shoot this ball again and go to the 3. Then you get an idea of what it would look like. So when we move that cue ball about a ball to our left, where we change the angle, now we're still going to use the same shot. We can still draw this back towards the rail now and out, and with the follow we're going to go to this diamond and go forward. Let's do the draw shot first. Nice 6 o'clock. We have to draw to the rail now. A bit more speed. Like that. And here with the follow, nice high ball. Let it float in. Try to get close to that 2. When you get a bit too high on that ball on the rail, use that up and down drill training to go around now. You don't have the angle to just hold it anymore. We have to use some rails. So in this case, with some left spin, we can go in front of the side pocket. Go to the opposite side for that center ball. And we have another version with a little less spin, just one tip, but a bit more speed. We can go 3 cushions. That's also an option. Like that. Coming to this side for that ball in the center. Let's continue. So we started straight in, then we went 1 ball over. Now we're going to do another ball moving over. That means now for the follow, we don't have the angle anymore to go here. We got to cross over to the other side. Still just a high ball, all speed control. There it comes. That's pretty good. Sometimes the angle's a bit more flat. You can go directly here. That's also an option. You got to feel that angle for yourself, for your stroke and your equipment. And when your next ball is here, I would recommend using the stun draw. If you're not very familiar with that, check out the link here in the top. Stun draw training, because a stun would send you to the rail and then over here too high, and a draw can get you too close to the corner. Stun draw is in the middle of that, bringing you to the rail and then into the line of position. If you're talking about a tip position that separates the pros from the amateurs, I would say stun draw, stun follow, those little intricate tip position shots are really the big game changer. So work on those shots. Here's an example. I need a little bit of helping right English to make the cue ball accelerate off the rail somewhat. Here it comes. See that spin? That brings me closer to the 2. If I don't use that, I'm coming up too high and I have to go all around the table again. So that little bit of helping English gets me closer to this 2 to continue my run easily. Also, if this would be an end game, like an 8 ball or a rotation game, this is your final ball, you're getting closer to your work, and your run outs become easier. So let's say we've ended up even higher. This was our previous position, and now we're like 2 balls higher towards that side of the table. This time, that stun draw is not gonna work. There's a big risk that you end up above the ball or very close to it, and that's not very advantageous. We have to dig in a little bit more now, draw and a tip of helping English, right spin to get closer to our work. Let me show you. A nice soft hit, low right. We're closer to our work now. We need that draw to react very quickly. Like that. The harder you hit it, the more delay you get on the draw and you end up here. So this is pretty good. You could also choose for a stun shot now with a tip of right, going to this diamond and then towards the short rail and coming out. Also very effective. Personal preference and depending on what kind of traffic could be in the way. Let me demonstrate. So a nice stun, just a tip of right to keep you away from this scratch, one rail. Don't have to hit it very hard. Make sure you go that second rail, that's the key. See, because then you're kind of playing into the line of position, but in reverse. Once you touch this rail, you're getting a great angle. Nice one to have in your toolbox. And now we're coming with the big swing. If that next ball is over there, you're not gonna be able to go to this rail. There's a big scratch in the way. So what do? Well, again, with stun and some right spin, we can go around the angles, and actually when we get towards this spot, the cue ball wants to go to the middle here, and again to the middle there, giving yourself a nice angle. It's not as hard as it looks. You need good speed, healthy amount of spin, but the cue ball wants to go to this area over there on the other side. Let me demonstrate. So a nice healthy amount of spin, about 2 to 3 tips, stun. Spin's gonna do a lot of work for you. Here it comes. See, it wants to go around the angles and to this area here. Great shot to have in your arsenal. And a little bonus version for you guys. Let's say you have some blockers here, so you can't do the stun, but if you go a tip lower, we can cross over in front of those balls. There is a risk of the scratch now. However, if you give enough spin, you could actually accelerate a third time, 1, 2, 3, and actually go to the bottom rail here and out. Otherwise, be careful. A lot of speed control involved, so you need some practice on this shot, but this is powerful. Let's see if we can do one. Here we go. It's like 4 o'clock on the cue ball. The spin has to do most of the work for you. Here it goes. Look at that acceleration. See, it's going towards that last rail. That's all speed control. If you hit it a hair harder, you're coming out here. If you hit it a hair too high in the cue ball, you're coming there. So be careful. And if it's too difficult for you for practice, set it up closer so you get a feel for it. And then you can do various variations. But check it out. The spin's doing most of the work. I'm hitting it firm, but not crazy hard. I'm on fire here. I'm going to give you one more bonus version. Efren-like shot. I saw this on a video from him. If you're pretty close to the ball, this is doable. Too far out, I wouldn't recommend it. If you hit it with a nice high ball, it's going to curve in front of the scratch. And then with left spin, zigzag back for the 2. Let's see if we can do one of those. This is like 10 o'clock in the cue ball because the ball has to spin back. Nice amount of high. Boom, look at that. I mean, that is a powerful shot. Aiming wise, all depends on what equipment you're playing with. The zero deflection, little bit of deflection, you have to figure it out, be intelligent for yourself. If you're missing that ball too thick, you need to aim a little bit thinner. And if you're hitting it too thin, you gotta aim a little thicker and adjust for the deflection. Just practice it. There is no magic pill. It's you, your stroke, your aim. Hit the balls, do the work. Let's continue. So we've covered all the shots that are going to the outside. Let's focus on a couple of versions to the inside. So when the cue ball is about a ball to the inside from this straight in spot, then there's 2 nice variations available to us. We can roll it in with a high ball, or we can stun it in to that middle diamond and then coming into the line of position. Let me show you. Just a nice high ball, no spin, all speed. And here's the stun version. Again, no spin needed. Just a tip under the middle. And it's going there automatically. And in order to get back to this 2-ball now, you have some angle, but with a nice relaxed stroke, not too hard, because then the ball is going to go that way first before it draws, and you're going to be too high. You got to hit it smooth with right spin. Let the spin do the work. So nice and chill, low right. Here comes the spin. That's pretty decent. You see, if I hit it any harder, it looks something like this. Now the cue ball is another full ball, ball and a half more to the inside. We're coming into dangerous territories here. In order to go to that 2-ball, rolling it, there could be a chance for the scratch. But if you hit it with a nice stun run, about a middle ball, you're coming again off that side rail and then towards the bottom rail. Let me show you. It's about a middle ball, maybe a tip higher. You're definitely not rolling it. No spin. Nice stroke. And it's going towards that 2 off the rail. Powerful shot. And going backwards, again, draw shot with a nice amount of right spin to cross over. Not too hard on this, guys, because then it's going to curve and you're going to scratch. So let the spin do the work, not the speed. So a nice amount of right spin for the acceleration. See, I'm not hitting it too hard, but the spin is doing the work for me. Practice that one. And the final possible position when the cue ball is about a ball from the spot or on the spot. First thing you can do going that way is just roll it in. Just a high ball, all speed control, 2 cushions. Like that. Nothing fancy, all speed. And a nice bonus variation to that one. Let's say you have some blockers there. Now we're going to cross over to the other side, stun and a tip of right. The right is going to help us to stay away from the scratch. Just bring the angle over this way and then back there again. Powerful shot to have in your arsenal. So just a tip below center, tip of right. Nice medium stroke. And look at that. And sometimes you get that little bit of acceleration from the right spin to carry you even more down. And that helps if you want to be close to that bottom ball in this case. Powerful shot. And here's probably the 2 most advanced versions. We have to go back to this 2. The first option is a stroke builder. We're going to draw out of the scratch with low right and then bring it back into the kitchen. Are you going to have some trouble with this? Yes, that's why you're practicing this. Are you going to get better when you do the work? For sure. This is your work to climbing to the next level. If you can execute shots like this, you are playing pool. Your technique is solid then. Your stroke, understanding of tip, spin, executing these shots, that is going to make you become a better player. So don't give up easily. Again, there's no magic pill. You have to spend hours on this to get it down. So did I, so did the other professionals and good players. There's going to be shots that are tough. And those challenges are character building opportunities for you. And if you do the work, you get the rewards. If it was easy, everybody could do it. Everybody could win a world title. That's not how it works. This is the test. Can you do this? No? Do the work. You can go to that corner or to that corner. If we choose that one, it's low right. That one's low left. Let's pick that one for now. Nice, solid stroke. Gotta hit it firm to get out of that scratch. Here it comes. See how nicely that works? Takes some training, but the spin and speed pretty much do all the work. And last but not least, just a high ball, sending it 1, 2, 3, potentially 4 rails around the angles. Be careful of the scratch. Just a high ball, good stroke. See, the scratch could be an issue, but on these type of shots, you know you're in trouble. You got to take a swing at it. You can't control everything. You got to be positive and get it down table. I hope you like all these examples. Put them in a workout, do it, and then you're going to get to this dynamic version that looks something like this. You get an idea how this dynamic version works now, pool players. Go to work yourself and build that run up. Don't forget to check out all the other great content on the channel. There's playlists for all kinds of topics. And remember, if you're finally ready to work on the most important part of your game, the mental side, head over to the Terminator College. Check out all the courses that are waiting there for you. See you in the next episode.